Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant has had no serious deviation from the normal operation in the 40-year history of its safe and reliable operation by the Ukrainian operator Energoatoma. It has had none until the Russians seized the plant and transformed it into their military base. Since the beginning of their aggression, this is already the second case of a complete blackout of the NPP. Apart from their barbaric seizure, occupation, and ruining the plant, Russians now are cynically trying to legalize their presence there. In this regard, I need to emphasize that any Russia's attempt on so-called transfer of the occupied Zaporizhzhia NPP to Russian control are null and void. Zaporizhzhia NPP is the Ukrainian nuclear power plant, and Energoatom is the one and only legal existing operator of this facility. Our plant personnel is working under tremendous psychological pressure. Energoatom is forcing the Ukrainian plant workers to sign an employment contract with the Russian operator. They abducted the NPP director, General Igor Murashov, and kept him in captivity for 3 days. Russians continue to store their heavy weapons, ammunition, and explosives directly in turbine halls of power units number 1 and number 2. Their military continues shelling the site and industrial zone of the plant. Even the presence of the IAEA experts does not stop them from committing these crimes. Russians totally ignore the appeals of the world community. They have no intentions to implement the IAEA board resolutions, demanding that the Russian Federation immediately cease all actions against and at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant and return full control over it to the Ukrainian authorities. Today, all 6 power units are in a cold shutdown mode and not producing steam, which is essential for proper functioning of the plant safety systems. If this situation continues, it will lead to dramatic infringements of nuclear safety. Energoatom is taking all possible measures to prevent this from happening. But the Russian violent actions, in particular artillery shelling, only increase these risks and do not even allow to think about startup of any unit. What I have just described reaffirms the urgent need in complete demilitarization and deoccupation of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant from the Russian soldiers and Rosatom, and the establishment of security protection zone around the plant. I call upon ВАО, which is a world leader in nuclear safety, to be more courageous in preventing its Russian affiliates' behavior against ВАО principles. By its violent occupation and annexation of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, Rosatom has discredited itself as a ВАО member. That is why we believe that ВАО should not tolerate their presence among its members without taking appropriate restrictive measures. We, as an industry, have already survived 3 nuclear disasters: 3 Mile Island, Chernobyl, Fukushima. Any new nuclear accident, if happens, would put an end to development of nuclear industry worldwide. ВАО should not stay aside from the process of the resolution of this situation. Vice versa, such a reputable organization in close cooperation with the IAEA should apply maximum efforts to stop the Russian nuclear terrorism and release the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant from the Russian occupation.